Here's your Georgetown forecast from the HIP Radio Network Weather Center. Chance for scattered rain showers today, otherwise mainly clear skies. Highs around 79, northwest winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows level off around 45. Tonight, clear skies and quiet. Lots of sunshine outside again. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 78. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 66 degrees.
Hi, this is Chris Courtney of Courtney Home Inspections. We are your trusted and ethical home inspection company based in Georgetown, Texas. We are courteous and timely, offering flexible scheduling, including weekends, with inspection reports delivered same day. Courtney Home Inspections utilizes the latest in technology to ensure a quality, detailed inspection. We offer new home packages, including pre-drywall frame to finish. Feel confident and have peace of mind when purchasing your next home. For more information, visit CourtneyHomeInspection.com. That's CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Trek number 23157. Se habla español.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
I'm not allowed to say, but this is my favorite station.
It's cool. We know. Download the HIP Radio Network app or say, Alexa, listen to HRN Georgetown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The switch is on. Welcome to Good Morning Georgetown with Rob and Ken. Waking you up in the mornings and getting your day started with the hottest hits, news, and jokes. Get ready. And now here's your hosts, Rob Hip and Ken Covington.
Really need to fix that intro because Ken only joins us on Wednesdays. Welcome everybody in. Thanks for joining us this morning, 7:11 in the a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. Hope I'm not coming through too loud this morning. Changing a little bit of audio here. 7:11, waking up with us on another fun day here coming up. And I hope everybody is doing wonderful and you are all having a good start and a blessed Tuesday. Is it Tuesday already? It really is. Yeah, Tuesday, November the 10th. Wow, a week after the election already. It's crazy how fast time flies. 69 degrees, you're waking up with us right now. High today around 80. We're going to have a little bit of sunshine fog this morning, and we should break through and have a great day. As always, joined on Tuesdays by our good friend Chris Courtney, Courtney Home Inspections. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
Good morning, Rob. I'm doing wonderful. How about you guys?
Hey, and doing great, man. We got a few folks watching us, a couple listening already on the app this morning. Stephen Reed, good morning to you. See, if you comment on the stream, you get a little shout out. So, Stephen, so far the only one. I know there's more people out there. I see them. They're hiding on us.
They're sleeping.
But, Stephen, good to see you this morning over at Georgetown U-Haul Climatized Containers. Good morning. Good to see you this morning, man. Chris, what have you been up to, man? It's I'll tell you about my week. It's been crazy, but we'll start with you, man.
Oh, man, I have been so busy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's been a stellar last week and a half. I've just been crazy busy. Both me and my inspector have been busy. Again, 85-90% of what we're doing, brand new houses. And my wife and I are going on a trip tomorrow to Maryland to see some really good friends of ours that we miss. And I'm going to go spend time with our surrogate granddaughter for a few days, and we'll be back on Monday. So we've got a busy week, but we're excited and, just staying out there doing my job.
Hey, well, that's cool. So you're heading to Maryland, man.
Yeah, going into the Lion's Den.
That's going to be a lot of fun, Maryland.
We're
so you guys
as far away from DC as we can.
Yeah, probably a good idea. And you're driving or flying?
Oh no, we're flying. We're going to be in Crofton, Crofton, Maryland, which is a suburb of Baltimore. So they moved from Alexandria, Virginia, last month to Crofton, and he's in the military. They used to be our next door neighbors, and wonderful, wonderful couple. Probably 15 years younger than us, but we really connected, and we really miss them a lot. They're like family to us now, and we're just going to go out there and spend some time with them, hang out. It's going to be fun.
You know, I'm going to ask a question today on the show. What's the I can't spell as always. It's always so hard to multitask when you're typing and talking at the same time. What's the farthest you have traveled before? What's the farthest you've traveled, Chris?
Farthest I've traveled would have been Binghamton, New York.
Oh, okay. I've been up there. I always say Binghamton. I think that's wrong.
It is Binghamton. Binghamton. We went up there for my ex-wife's brother's baseball. He was playing for the AA Mets in Binghamton at the time when we went up there.
I actually drove through that area years ago, man. It was probably one of the coolest trips that I'd ever taken, man. I took a 3-day drive all the way to upstate New York. This was with a friend of mine and she was in Tennessee. No. Where was she at? I think she was at a plumbers convention with her dad, and it may have been in Arkansas. And I picked her up, and then we made the rest of the journey up to New York. She actually had left her car and her dog, and she asked, "Can you drive the car and bring my dog?" Because she was moving up to New York for a while. And man, it was one of the coolest trips I'd ever taken in my life. And Bridget and I need to take this trip because it took 3 days to get up there, Chris. And it was so cool because I started in Georgetown, drove all the way straight to Arkansas, met up with her, and I was in her car, by the way. She had a what do you call it? I told you I've been having really bad brain fog with this mess, man, and I can't even remember simple things right now. The Mustang, the Ford Mustang car was convertible, really tiny. Whenever you're 6'3", by the way, and you have a big golden retriever dog with you. And anyways, I took her and the dog. I took the dog, drove up. Man, I'm starting to sound like I'm fumbling through my words too, man. This is weird. I haven't talked in a while. This is kind of weird. Promise I'm not on any weird medicine, man. But drove to Arkansas and met up with her, and then we drove the next day to Tennessee, stayed there, and then the next day to, I think it was Ohio, stayed there, and then drove to New York. And it was a beautiful drive. And Chris, we ended up, we didn't have our, see, here we go again, man. Maybe I shouldn't do the show today. I can't remember anything. What do you call it, man? Your when you go to another country, your passport. We didn't have a passport, and we wanted to go to Niagara Falls. And we decided, who cares? We'll just go across. And the Canadians said, "We'll let you through, but your country may not let you back through," because this was after 9/11.
Right.
And so I said, "Look, we drove this far. I'm not gonna not go to Niagara Falls you can go to the American side, but it's not as beautiful. You have to cross over to Niagara Falls, Canada to see the beautiful fall."
Right.
So we drove across with the dog. Here's the funny thing. The dog had papers. We didn't. When the dog had its vet papers, so that was no problem, but we didn't. And so, of course, when we crossed over, we were allowed. Then when we tried to come back, oh man, it was, can't even think of what they're called either. When you
Border
come back,
Patrol.
Yeah,
Border Patrol.
Yeah, the patrol, border, whatever you want to call them. They said, the Americans said, "Hey, we're getting so tired of people doing this. You need your passports." So we had to go through like a 30-minute interrogation to come back. So it was kind of.
Now, the furthest
funny.
I've ever traveled driving would be from here back home to California.
That's cool. It's a long drive, man.
Long, boring drive.
Someone's spamming us, I guess, this morning. If you see any WhatsApp messages, ignore those, please. That's the thing about, our show starting to gain more of an audience, and we're broadcasting on multiple platforms, and now I think we start getting spam messages. So ignore any of that stuff, please, because I don't know what it is, and a lot of that stuff is a scam. Steven was saying, I called Chris the other day and he called me John. At that moment, I realized he is crazy busy.
Sorry, Steven. Oh yeah, crazy busy.
I thought
Steven's been very great. He's called me, asked me to come bring him flyers, and I just haven't had time. And he reached out to me the other day to ask me for a local plumber, if I knew a local plumber, because he wants to promote local business, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, man.
And I gave him my plumber, and my plumber was too busy, but he gave him another local business plumber to go to. So thanks, Steven, for reaching out. I love that.
I misread this. I thought it said, and he called me while I was on the John. Or while you were on the John. Oh, man. That's funny, man. Michael Price, good morning. Our Thursday co-host with Georgetown Beard Club.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, my friend. Hey, that's what he call Mounties. That's what I've heard. You know, up in Canada, they say Mounties a lot.
County Mounties, yeah.
The state Mounties. State police. So appreciate it. Kendra Noah joining us as well. Good morning. We're here having fun this morning. So, you know, Chris, I did my due diligence last week, and I've had a lot of people call and ask me, 2 weeks ago, I tested negative for this coronavirus mess. I was feeling pretty lousy, but I'd tested negative. I didn't suspect that I'd been around anybody because nobody really told me much. But unfortunately last Wednesday I tested positive, and that's why I've kind of been a hermit and been secluded, if you will. I actually went and the test came back positive on Wednesday, and, thankfully I'm not dealing with it terribly. But I just did want to let people know because it's a serious thing, man. It's not just the sniffles. I've been extremely tired. I did my due diligence, and I think anybody that tests positive for this, you have a responsibility and an obligation to call people that you've been around and tell them. And I spent Wednesday calling everybody I could think of that I'd been around, for the past 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks. And I just think that's the right thing to do. I'm not blasting out my personal business all over the place, but I've heard stories. The biggest thing for me, and you may have already suspected this, Chris, is a lot of brain fog. It's really weird. I'm forgetting stuff. I forget stuff anyways, but the weirdest thing is, I'm forgetting people's names that I've known for 20 years, which is kind of scary in a way. I had to go back and pull up some things on Facebook to remember somebody the other day. And I was like, that is so strange.
That's not you either, because you know a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's been kind of weird, man, and just kind of fumbling through, my words and those things. Yeah. But I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Chow Wen there in Georgetown with Acna Health. He had shipped me a package of stuff. He overnighted it to me. It was medicine and things that I needed. He overnighted it to me. And, lo and behold, Saturday, good old USPS dropped the ball. And I got a notification that said that they had tried to deliver a package, but I was not home, and they left a note on my door, which was totally false.
Which means they want you to come pick it up somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're not doing signature deliveries right now because of COVID.
Right.
And so instead of telling people that, they just, I guess, allow you to do a signature delivery, and then they say, "Oh, you weren't home. We're not going to deliver it." So I got on the phone. Dr. Wynn got on the phone. He called the post office, couldn't get a hold of anybody. I called our 2 local post offices here. We have 2. It's kind of funny. Huntsville's, a third of the size or a fourth of the size of Georgetown, and they do it right. They have 2 post office, So Georgetown, it's time to get another post office. I'm in a town of like 30,000 people, and they have 2 of them here, so they know what's going on. But anyways, I finally got a hold of the downtown post office here. Very nice lady. And I told her what it was. I said, man, this is like COVID stuff. It's not a video game or some Amazon package. I said, it's very important that I get this package. I paid to overnight it. And I want to give them a shout out because they sent a carrier back and actually brought it off. Now, the thing is, though, they delivered it to the wrong apartment. Thankfully, a guy knocked on my door, and I talked to him through the door. I was like, hey, man, I'm not going to answer the door. Who is it? He's, I have a package for you that was brought to my apartment. And not that hard to mess up apartments here. It's a very tiny little complex. Bottom line is I got my supplies, and, I'm on the road to recovery, man. I have not ran a fever yet. I missed our game on Friday broadcasting for the Hornets, but luckily I had a great crew that stepped in. And this week is our bye week, so I'm really happy. So I've got to go, Chris, 10 to 14 days. The mistake that I think a lot of people are making that have had this, and I think why it's spreading so much, is because people aren't getting retested to make sure that they don't have it anymore. They just assume, and I'm not a doctor. Look, I'm definitely not a doctor, but they just assume that they're okay after 10 to 14 days, and they just go back to being in public. And the truth of the matter is, some people are testing positive for 2 and 3 months after this. And as long as you test positive, there's still a very high chance that you can spread this stuff. And so if you've came down with it and you're feeling better and you haven't had symptoms, please go get tested before you get back out in the public, because this stuff affects different people in different ways. I know someone that has COPD that's in a nursing facility that came down with it, and he was okay. But then I've heard stories of other people, Chris, that have literally lost, 5 people within their close family. One of them was very healthy. There was a very tragic story of a kindergartner in Amarillo that passed away recently with this stuff. So I just want to encourage you. Look, if I don't talk about it a lot on this show, because we talked about it. It was funny because Ken and I talked about it in December of last year and said, man, that would be horrible if this ever made it to America. And then here we are, 11 months later, almost a year later, and we're dealing with it. But I just want to encourage you, and especially if you've been around somebody, please let them know. You need to have responsibility to let people know, because, I was around people that had it months ago, and I didn't know about it. They told me after the fact, and I'd been around my 92, now 93-year-old grandmother. I don't want to put her in that risk.
Right.
So, just some things, man. But I'm feeling better a little bit. I've got a little bit of tightness in my chest. My doctor actually advised me he said, don't be broadcasting right now. So I'm not going to be around people. I still need to do the morning show, of course. But I've been taking it easy, man. I think the biggest thing for me is that, runny nose, congestion, headache, a little bit of a cough, tightness in my chest, very confused, even though I'm always confused. And then the weirdest thing, Chris, the very weirdest thing about this is loss of taste and smell. The good news is if you lose your sense of smell, you don't have to take a shower as long as you can't smell. So,
that's only if you live with yourself.
Yeah, that's right. And I've been locked up. I haven't gotten out at all. Let me say that, but I've barely even opened the door. Because I don't want to put anybody at risk, man. I understand, I was on this train early on, and here's the thing too. I've been wearing my mask for the most part. When I broadcast, I've taken it off. I've taken a couple of pictures. I've taken it off. But for the most part, I've worn my mask. I've washed my hands, and I still came down with it. So I don't know, man. I have no idea, Yeah. It's one of those things. And I think we all just need to be careful. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But, I've had a few folks reach out to me, and that's kind of what's been going on. So anyways, it's been a weird journey, and even more weird. I do have a little bit of my taste back, but the weirdest thing is not being able to smell anything. That is the strangest thing in the world. So I guess if I had like an old moldy trash can or something like that, it'd be a good time to clean it, but I don't, because you don't have to worry about smelling anything.
That's right.
So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
The other thing too that I was going to say is you have extreme fatigue. I mean, right now I'm trying to stay awake as much as I can, because it's not good to be, laying down and sleeping all day. And man, I've been sleeping. I've been only staying awake, Chris, for maybe 8 hours a day.
Wow.
And so I've been working from home and from here in my apartment, trying to get things going. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Today is National Vanilla Cupcake Day, National Forget Me Not Day, and it's also the National United States Marine Corps birthday. We're going to talk to a gentleman before too long here, coming up at the 7:30 hour, about their organization. So excited about that. But yeah, it's been a good morning so far, Chris, and looking forward to a good day as we rock and roll. Are you a fan of vanilla cupcakes, Chris?
No. Sorry.
You're not.
I will not be partaking in the National Vanilla Cupcake Day.
Well, we got some wonderful things.
It was National Chocolate Fudge Cupcake Day, maybe.
Hey, yeah, I can't do that, man. Field of Honor going on right now, by the way. November 7th is when it started through the 15th. Did you ever make it down to the Field of Honor, Chris?
Man, I've been so busy. I've not had a chance. Is it still, when's it going on till?
Have you went in the years past?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, pretty incredible. And a huge thank you to the Georgetown Rotary Club. I was a member of our Georgetown Rotary Club for, goodness, I would say 13, 14 years. And they do incredible work. And Miss Jeannie Cox and so many others putting this together every year. David Kellerman's been a big part of it. They're putting this together, honoring our heroes, veterans, honoring this year COVID first responders as well. You can buy a flag and place it down in San Gabriel Park at the location of the old football stadium. A pretty neat event, man. And that's going on now through the 15th. You can find out more information. Go to hellogeorgetown.com. The article's right there on the left side of the page. And looking forward to that. Sydney Decker, who works with us here at HRN, has been down there all week. She's doing videos and interviews with her company, Root Story Studios. And just pretty neat that goes on. I want to work on bringing that event here to Huntsville, Chris. It's been a really incredible event every year that honors our veterans. And I was trying to, Stephen there saying I think it's awesome. He knows about it. It's a really cool event. I was trying to pull up a screen of it real quick here. I know there's some folks listening on the app, so you're not going to be able to hear it, but let's see if we can pull this up here. There it is. This is the article that Sydney put together on Hello Georgetown. But again, taking place right now and going on through November the 15th. And there's events leading up to this. You can read more about that again. You can go to our webpage at hellogeorgetown.com to keep up to date with that. Talking about the different ways. And their website is Georgetown TX Field of Honor as well. And so looking forward to having that there and, talking more about that event that's coming up as well. So, well, Chris, we're going to step aside and take a break. We have Mr. TC, Mr. Topcat coming up here in just a little bit from the Williamson County Marine Corps League. So make sure to stay with us. We're going to step aside for a quick 2 or 3 minute break, maybe a little bit shorter than that. And when we come back, we'll talk to our guests. Stay with us, friends. It's Good Morning Georgetown here on Hip Radio Network. Georgetown, it's your hometown radio station. We'll be right back here in just a few moments.
Welcome to Good Morning Georgetown with Rob and Ken. Waking you up in the mornings and getting your day started with the hottest hits, news, and jokes. Get ready. And now here's your hosts, Rob Hip and Ken Covington.
Welcome back, friends. Time now 7:32 in the morning. Thanks for waking up with us, Georgetown. Always good to be able to chat with you every morning. Got a little fire going on behind us there on the screen today. Hope everybody is doing wonderful. To those of you as well joining us on the HRN app, we got quite a few listeners as always. Thanks for joining us. And by the way, if you don't have the app, download it, because we do this show, of course, on Facebook Live and throughout our social media platforms. But you can also listen to good music throughout the day. We play a lot of country and then 70s, and we kind of mix things up throughout the day. So make sure to download the Hip Radio Network app. Keep up to date with what's going on in Georgetown, as well as hear from a lot of wonderful businesses in our community. Well, it is our joy and privilege today to welcome on our new friend, Mr. Tom Moyer, joining us. Tom, how are you doing this morning? Can you hear us, sir?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We got you loud and clear. Good to have you this morning. And I know that you and I have been trying to set this up for a while, and appreciate you joining us today. Wanted to talk about what's going on. T.C. Moyer is a senior vice commandant of the Williamson County Marine Corps League Detachment 1022, and just wanted to chat with you this morning. And the mission of the Marine Corps League Williamson County Detachment is to continue to serve our communities with honor, integrity, and pride. Tom, good to have you on this morning. Before we get started, just let us know a little bit about yourself, sir.
Myself? Well, I'm an old Hoosier farm boy back in Indiana, and I joined the Marine Corps in 1965 and went to Parris Island for boot camp and that. I served 2 tours in Vietnam, 1966 through 1968, and seen quite a little bit over there. Then I came back to the States, got out of the Marine Corps in '69. And then I stayed in aviation my whole life. And I worked with Northrop Grumman on the F-18 program, the Joint Stars program, B-2 program, and stuff like that. And after retirement, we wanted to find a nice place to live. And Georgetown seemed to fit our what we wanted, and here we are. So I've only been here like a year and a half.
Well, it's great to have you in the community. This show is focused on Georgetown. I'm actually in Huntsville now, working for a radio station, but we still have our station in Georgetown, of course, and still doing this show every morning. And I was so thankful when you had reached out to me, Mr. Moyer, to kind of talk about what you guys do. And, I think it's so fitting today, because today is also the United States Marine Corps birthday. And so I don't know if, it's kind of funny how that worked out. We were going to do the show last week, and then some things came up on my end, right. and so we were able to do it this week, and it just fell on the Marine Corps birthday. So, of course, thank you for your service over the years, Tom, and all that you do. We sincerely appreciate it. When you had reached out to me, I've never heard of the Marine Corps League, and so I was so fascinated when you reached out. Can you tell us a little bit more about the organization, the history of it, and kind of y'all's mission and what you're doing in the community?
Yeah, well, we are a really well-kept secret, it seems like, in all the communities. So that's why I reached out to you. But the Marine Corps League was founded by Major General Commandant John Lejeune back in 1923. And it was approved by an act of the 75th Congress and signed by President Roosevelt on August 4th, 1937. The Marine Corps League is the only Marine Corps related veterans organization chartered by Congress. And Detachment 1022 was awarded its charter on June 7th, 1999. And that was to serve our communities with honor, integrity, and pride, like you said earlier. And then our mission is to promote the interests and to preserve the traditions of the United States Marine Corps. It strengthens the fraternity of Marines and their families, serves Marines, FMF corpsmen, that's Fleet Marine Force corpsmen, doctors, we call them doc, and the FMF chaplains who wear or who have worn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor and foster the ideals of Americanism and patriotic volunteerism. And we are a 501c4 nonprofit organization. So that kind of runs down to who we are and what our mission is.
Well, again, we're talking this.
Good, you got the website there.
Yeah, just popped it up on the screen for those of you on Facebook and our social media platforms. We're talking this morning to Mr. Tom C. Top Cat Moyer. Tom, how'd you get the nickname Top Cat, by the way?
Well, when I was going through aviation school back in Memphis, Tennessee, the instructor said Moyer, and 2 of us popped up. And one was W.C. Moyer, and I was T.C. Moyer. And the instructor said, okay, now wait a minute, we got an issue here. So he said, okay, W.C., you're Wildcat, and T.C., you're Top Cat. As soon as he said that, it stuck with me my whole life.
Well, that's great. I love love the stories, and hearing just about the friendships and all the wonderful things that in the service. My father was in Vietnam and made a lot of good friends. A lot of folks that he still talks to this day. And my grandfather served in World War II, and it's always a privilege to talk to our veterans and hear stories, and most importantly, understand this country. We wouldn't have the freedoms that we have if it wasn't for you guys, sir. So thank you so much for what you do.
It was my honor.
We have the website pulled up. It's mclwilco1022.org. Mr. Moyer, tell us a little bit more just about ways that you guys are serving the community and maybe some events that may be coming up.
Right. Some of the programs, I'll just kind of hit lightly on some of them, is the Williamson County High School JROTC Unit Achievement Programs. And the JROTC is the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. And each spring semester, Detachment 1022 participates in annual award ceremonies at the area high schools, including the Eastview High School, Georgetown High School, Hendrickson High School, Otto High School, McNeil High School, Round Rock High School, Stony Point High School, and Vista Ridge High School, and Westwood High School. The core values is teaching them citizenship, leadership, character, and community service. And we also provide a $1,000 scholarship to one of those high schools that is outstanding individual. And then we also do the Eagle Scout Good Citizenship Award. We consider it an honor and privilege to recognize America's future leaders for earning the Scouts of America Eagle Scout Award by presenting them the Marine Corps League's Good Citizenship Award certificate. The skills of the Eagle Scout has mastered are held in very high regards of the Marine Corps League and cooperations throughout the United States we have. We also do an annual Marine Corps birthday ball. Naturally, this year with all this COVID going on, we couldn't do that, but we did celebrate the Marine Corps birthday cake cutting ceremony back on October 28th at our business meeting. And, speaking of that, it's we are celebrating 245 years today. Hoorah!
Oh, well, that's
in
great.
Williamson County, we support the Williamson County Brown Santa program, which supports underprivileged children throughout the general distribution of toys, books, stuffed animals, stuff like that. We also developed and created an Always Faithful exhibit. It's a growing traveling exhibit designed to honor the men and women who answered the call to serve in our nation's armed forces. The Always Faithful exhibit travels throughout the Williamson County, mainly in the libraries, and consists of dog tags and photos of the service members and veterans, regardless of their hometowns. And it's really a nice display and everything, and to honor these men. We also have this
is the Always Faithful exhibit, correct, Mr. Moyer?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
go ahead.
just
Sorry
some
about
of the
that.
pictures of the individuals. And it doesn't have to be a Marine. It could be any of the service members that you would like to honor. So when you walk in the library, the display is there and the dog tags are hanging right underneath the photos, and it has their name and what service they were in, what rank and stuff like that. And also if they were killed in action, received the Purple Heart, or any of things like that is on there. It's a very touching memorial, active memorial. Very good.
Well, we're talking this morning to Mr. Moyer from the Williamson County Marine Corps League. Just a very moving tribute there on the website as well. Mr. Moyer, appreciate you being here with us. COVID has affected a lot of organizations. You had mentioned a little bit earlier about some events and things because of this. what are some of the needs of y'all's organization right now, and how can folks in the community get involved? Maybe there's someone out there this morning that's listening, or they're watching us here on social media, and they say, I'd like to get involved. I'd like to help out. How can folks connect, and what are some opportunities that people can have to help out, sir?
Well, the best way to connect is go on our website, which is at www.mclwilco1022.org, or they can call me at 720-333-5465. And they don't have to be Marines either. Like I said, we have the Marines that want to join us, is the membership there. We also have associate membership, which can be anybody that served in the armed forces that would like to join in with us, because the Marines are a tight group, and a lot of the other organizations aren't quite that tight, and they would like to join us and have some fun and camaraderie. The other thing is throughout the community, we have, I won't say a lot, but we have sponsors and donators, and we're always looking for sponsors and donators. The sponsors and the donators get onto the website, and that's how when I first moved here, I found my landscaping company through the Marine Corps League website that you're showing right now, the TCL landscapers. So they would be on there. And as you and I talked before, Rob, I would love to get the Marine Corps deal onto the Hello Georgetown, so that more people can get to know us and know what we're doing. Matter of fact, next year, we're going to start up a rifle and pistol competition matches at one of the local ranges. And that's good. We also recently started, I'm going to say we call it the Wilco Veterans Leadership Group. We have joined forces with the local veteran units, such as the Veterans of Foreign War, Post 85-87, the Military Order of World Wars, Post 241, the American Legion, Post 174, and the Submariner Veterans here in Williamson County. And we're kind of like an ad hoc group, but we share the ideas and mutual support and support each other's activities in order to maximize our community recognition. And coming up in 2021, we are going to all get together, those groups that I just said, and start recognizing the police, the doctors, the nurses, the first responders, and that they need recognition too, and all of that. And we have a business meeting every third Tuesday of the month no, I'm on the wrong one. Our business meeting is the last Wednesday of the month, and it's at 7 p.m. at the VFW at 1000 North College Street in Georgetown. All is welcome to come to that business meeting.
Great. Well, we're talking this morning to Mr. Tom Topcat Moyer of the Williamson Marine Corps League. Appreciate you being with us. Chris Courtney is here. Mr. Moyer, he is our co-host on Tuesdays on Good Morning Georgetown. I'll bring Chris on. Chris may have some questions. Chris, got you back on here.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Tom. I don't have any questions, but I do want to thank you for your service.
Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay. He's probably looking for the Marine Corps hymn.
I do have in my business. I do give all veterans a discount. I come from my grandfather, who is my hero, who served in World War II, and so I have a soft spot for all the veterans who served our country. So thank you.
You're welcome. It was my honor to do so. We also have a Veterans Day tomorrow, and that's going to be at the VFW. Like I said, that's our joint group, and hope everybody can come out of that. It starts at 10 o'clock. I know we want to wrap that up so that we can see the flyover and go to the flags of honor down there.
Well, and you brought up something very important. Tomorrow is, of course, Veterans Day. Today, the birthday of the Marine Corps, and then tomorrow, Veterans Day. We're talking this morning to Mr. Tom C. Topcat Moyer of the Williamson County Marine Corps League. Mr. Moyer, a gentleman named Stephen Reed, who joins our show frequently, sent in a message, said when he received his Eagle, he had a few representatives present, really good people. So that's something else that's important. You had talked about how you're involved with the schools, and here was a young man who had received his Eagle, and the Marine Corps League was there. That is something really special.
Yeah, when he said he received his Eagle, for those Boy Scouts, they go through a lot, and now, within the Eagle Scout, to become an Eagle Scout, the young ladies are also involved in that now too. So it could be the guy or the girl could receive an Eagle Scout through all of their hard work. So that's good.
Well, Mr. Moyer, before we let you go, we talked about the website just a few moments ago. There may be somebody out there wanting more information. That website is mclwilco1022.org. Again, mclwilco1022.org. Just wanted to give you an opportunity, just any final remarks, anything else that you'd like to add this morning, sir?
We're always looking for members. It's a fun group. We try to get out there in the community, and we will do so more next year with, and set up booths at all of the different fundraiser deals in town, and get out there and let the community know who we are. So that's my goal next year.
Well, perfect. And whatever we can do here on HRN and through Hello Georgetown, we definitely, want to help you guys out. And again, appreciate your service, Mr. Moyer. And just been a great morning talking to you. We'll have to have you back on sometime to share some stories with us and talk a little bit more about how things are going.
Yeah, those old military guys, they have stories. And we only think about all the good stuff,
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you again. Thank you for all that you do in the community and serving through the Marines and then continuing to serve our communities. Just an important organization, and very grateful to have you, Mr. Moyer. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Rob, for having me on today.
You bet. Have a great day, sir.
You too. And to all the Marines out there, happy birthday. Hoorah!
You got it. Well, as Mr. Moyer joining us again, appreciate him with the United States Marine Corps League. We're going to step aside just for a couple of moments. When we come back, we'll wrap up. We've got about 9 minutes to go. This is Good Morning Georgetown here on Hip Radio Network. Georgetown, it's your hometown radio station. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Welcome back, friends. Time now 7:52 in the a.m. Rob Hip here with Courtney. Chris, great to hear from Mr. Moyer and that organization. I didn't know anything about the Marine Corps League, and Mr. Moyer had reached out to me a couple of months ago. Pretty tremendous organization. So many great nonprofit organizations in our communities that we don't even know about. And I think that's why it's so important that we help them spread their message and what they're doing.
Yeah, maybe we should mention that. Your and I's networking group is giving away, at least ours is, a free membership to our networking group to a nonprofit organization.
Talking about BNI Group?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, that's really good.
We're giving away 2 free yearly memberships to a nonprofit organizations in our group.
And you're in the Round Rock group, is that right?
Yeah, Circle of Trust Round Rock. So if anybody has a nonprofit and they want to visit BNI, this is something that I think they're doing as a national or even globally to give away a free membership for a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. And the BNI, is so important. They're spread all throughout the world, literally, and just a great way for business and networking and just to get to know people. I think it's so important. And so, for business, I'm a member at our Georgetown, actually transferring out just because I'm here in Huntsville all the time now. And you've got to be pretty committed in the organization. That's the way that it works, and it helps everybody out. So I think that it's really important, man. Yep. Well, Chris, it's been a fun morning here. I don't really have any trivia today, and I was, looking up this day in history, and of course, today is the Marine Corps birthday. And thankful to have Mr. Moyer on and talking about their organization. But did you know what else today is? Something that has affected kids for many, 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 many years in a positive way. Something I grew up with. Something maybe even you grew up with. Chris, do you know what today is? Can you just take a guess?
I can't take a guess. National Ice Cream Cone Day. I don't know.
It was this day, November 10th, 1969, when Sesame Street premiered.
Oh, nice. Yes. Who was your favorite Sesame Street character?
I liked Oscar, man. I liked Oscar.
So did I.
I love that Grouch.
And I'd have to go with Grover next.
Yeah. Just what a tremendous show. That's what the world needs to get back to. We need to get back to Sesame Street, man. Can I get an amen on that, Chris? Can we get a hallelujah on that one? Yeah. We got to get back to Sesame Street, man.
Yeah, we do got to get back to Sesame Street, man. Those were some good values there. Love that show.
Loved Mr. Rogers. In sad news too, we lost a good one this week, man. Alex Trebek, man.
Trebek, yes.
Just hated to see that news. We've lost so many wonderful folks this year. From
Sean Connery.
I was going to mention him. I was watching The Rock the other day, man. Is that the Alcatraz movie?
Yeah, with Nicolas Cage.
And it's called The Rock, right? Is that right?
Yeah, The Rock. Yeah.
I was watching that the other day, man. So, but anyways, just wanted to let you know it's Sesame Street Day, and hope you get out there and enjoy the.
This show has been brought to you by the letter C and the number 7.
This show brought to you by the letter C for Courtney Home Inspections. I almost forgot the theme song, man.
Yeah,
how many of you grew up watching Sesame Street? Did you watch it growing up, Chris?
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
I thought you were born in like the 30s, though, so that may have been a little bit before your time. Well, Chris, before we go, man, anything else you'd like to chime in today? We got a few minutes, man.
No, I just want to say again to all the veterans out there, thank you for your service. I get a little teary-eyed when I talk about the vets and people who have served our country. So thank you again. It was wonderful to see him and all the wonderful things that they do. So it's always a pleasure to talk to people who are veterans.
Sure is, man. Well, Chris, thanks for being here. And, we'll have our show tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll honor veterans tomorrow on Good Morning Georgetown. So make sure to tune into that. We'll just have a moment to honor all of our veterans and all of those that have served. So make sure you join the show tomorrow as we will pay our tribute and respect to those that have given the ultimate selfless sacrifice in helping to serve our country and protecting our freedoms. And look, man, people want to get political this day and age, but I'm going to tell you what, our veterans and those that serve, no matter what your take is on what we're doing in this country, I can tell you right now that those folks that have served have given the ultimate sacrifice. Many have lost their life. Many have came back injured. Many are dealing with a lot of things that go on. But as Mr. Moyer said, let's focus on the positive things and the good things and tell the good stories because we need that. And so, Chris, appreciate you being here this morning, my friend.
Thank you much. I always enjoy it. I always look forward to Tuesdays.
How can they find you, man? How can they get a hold of you?
Call or text me at 512-253-4480 or get on the website and look me up at CourtneyHomeInspection.com.
Man, I was hoping that you'd go get on the internet and look me up at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. All right, Chris, have a blessed day, man. Good to see you, brother.
You too, man. Good to see you too. Get better.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. That's Chris Courtney Home Inspection, our Tuesday co-host here on Good Morning Georgetown. Want to leave you with a short story today. I always like to leave you with these stories. And I was going through some today, and especially during this time, every single person has a story. Every person has a story. People have been through things. People have dealt with things. And I want to remind you today that we need to put aside our differences and focus on the things that we have in common, but we also need to listen to each other. My dad always told me to use my ears more than my mouth. And as I get older, I understand the importance of that. Of course, when you're young, you don't think about those things too much. As you get older, you absolutely start to think about those things. I want to leave you with this story today. This is about everyone having a story. It's from alltimeshortstories.com. We'll start with a quote from Leon Brown. He said, "Do not judge others by your own standards, for everyone is making their way home in the way they know best." Friends, a young man in his 20s was seeing out from the train's window. He shouted, "Father, look at the trees. They are going behind." The young man's father smiled at the man, and a young couple sitting nearby looked at the young man's childish comment with pity. Suddenly, the young man exclaimed again, "Father, look at the clouds. They are all running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" And the old man said, "We did, and are just coming home from the hospital. My son was blind from birth, and he just got his vision today." Friends, think about that. Every person in this world, in our world, has a story. In our world that we share together has a story. I encourage you this morning, don't judge people before you truly know them. You can't know somebody from behind a keyboard or a screen. The truth about others might just surprise you. Wanted to leave you with that story this morning, friends. As always, it's my joy and privilege to be able to bring you this show. We'll be back on tomorrow morning from 7 to 8 as we honor our veterans. Make sure to keep it tuned in. Download the Hip Radio Network app as we'll continue to bring you good stories from happening all over Georgetown and throughout our wonderful community. It's 8 a.m., friends. Again, I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. As I end every show, I want to remind you that the Oak Ridge Disciple House, one of our main sponsors here, helping to bring this show to you. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is help and light at the end of the tunnel. That help can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Please check them out online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. I know they're having a fundraiser right now, helping out men in our area. Again, that website, oakridgedisciplehouse.com. I end every broadcast the same way, reminding you this morning, friends, that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there today needs you. Good morning, Georgetown. God bless you. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great day, friends.